I can't wait for all the comments. Why are you showing so many Seikos? Because I'm a Seiko fanboy, that's why. I have to say big thanks to Tyler and the entire crew at Exquisite Timepieces for sending over a bunch of Seikos so I can show you a bunch of Seikos. Nah, come on. They send over a bunch of watches. They have 60 brands they're an authorized dealer for, plus their massive pre-owned collection. So it won't be just Seikos that I get to show you from Exquisite. It'll be a ton of brands. And you guys have already seen a ton of brands. You'll continue to see a bunch more. I'm pretty excited about that. So reach out to Exquisite. Tell them I sent you. I have some contact information down below so you can get a hold of Tyler directly. Tell him I sent you. All right, let's get into this thing. This one's kind of fun. SRPK37, retail price $400, has the 4R36 automatic movement in it. It is a day-date movement, so that's pretty cool as well. This one clearly is a collaboration between Seiko and Honda with the Super Cub. So the Super Cub, in case you didn't know, is the most sold motorized vehicle in the world. They've sold over 100 million of them. And Seiko and, well, I don't think Honda was in collaboration with it, but Seiko and Exquisite Timepieces gave one away, as well as a bunch of other authorized dealers across the country. Well, not a bunch, some of their big dogs. They've given away some as well, but Exquisite, I was there for the event. I was able to see the Cub, meet the Seiko reps, hang out with all the good folks at Exquisite Timepieces. They didn't have this watch there when they were doing it at the event. They had some of the other Cubs because there's some other colorway ones, but this is the more recent one. This one actually ties in with the, I think, anniversary edition of the Super Cub. It had a red seat. So I don't see any red. Well, there's red on the back. So this blue colorway with the light blue and the dark blue, and a little bit of orange on there, and then I had a red seat on it. So if I can find a picture of that Cub, I'll drop in a picture, or maybe I'll just put it in the thumbnail. Maybe you already seen it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But it's pretty cool. All right, let's get into this thing. Size. It's the Seiko 5KX, right? The 5 series, non-diver, but diver look, right? So case size 42.6 millimeter. The lug to lug is a pretty short 46. I know you see that signed crown. It's got that Honda wing logo there. Pretty cool. If it'll focus, there you go. That's the Honda Power Sports or Mini Moto or whatever. That's their little wing logo. So 46 lug to lug drilled lugs, 13.5 millimeter thick. You have the hard Lex crystal up top, 22 millimeter lug width. So there's bracelets you can put on this. There's a ton of straps. Obviously, it comes on this very cool, I don't know what this is, HM, so Honda Motors, Super Cub, really cool strap tying in with the watch for sure. 7 millimeter crown, I already showed you that. That's signed. 120 click bezel with aluminum bezel insert. No diving pip because there's no ISO rating that they were trying to achieve here. They were just trying to give you a dive bezel. Take a closer look at the dial there. You can kind of see how sharp the details are on this. And I believe this is applied markers. They'd almost have to. You know, the 1 and the 11 are the orange turn signals that you would see on the front of the Cub. And then, of course, that 12 would be the headlight. And then the dark blue part would be the center part. And then the blue would be like the fairing that sticks out if you ever see a Cub. Framed day date window, you kind of have the SKX, SKX, 5KX handset. And then you have that really cool orange seconds hand with a polished and lollipopped balance. Now, let's pop the strap off the watch so you can see the case back. These are limited edition, and we have some plastic on the back here, but hopefully you can kind of see it. Yeah, so you see the red, and you got all the details there on the bike. That's the limit or the special edition Cub they did. Then of course up there you see limited edition, and then they are numbered. I think they made 7,500 of these. Keep in mind this was not just a USA release. So when I talked to, oh, they got the little wing logo on the strap too. When I talk to the reps at Seiko and even some of their authorized dealers, you know, the US only gets a certain number of these. They don't get, say, like this one, 7,500. They don't get all 7,500. So it's like a worldwide release. And then who's going to buy this? Well, Seikoholics like me, 5KX collectors possibly, and definitely some of the people out there that are Honda Super Cub fanboys might pick up some of these colorways, maybe one that matches their bike. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. Typically, I'm not a fan of watches on these nylon straps. Aha! Now I know why they did that little wing logo on the underside of the strap, because when you fold over the end piece, it shows, it's visible. That's pretty cool. So nice little attention to detail. There it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. How cool would it be if you had a Super Cub? I have one coming. And wear a Super Cub watch. That would be pretty cool. Maybe I will have to pick one up to match. That would be pretty fun. Alrighty, let's give this thing a quick blast with my new. Ooh, look at that. That is spectacular. Okay. UV flashlight. Let's kill the. I'm not killing anything. Turn off the studio lights. Check out the lume. Seiko did a great job with this thing. Loomed it out, and I just noticed even the turn signals are loomed out in orange. Man, the lume was so bright. Look how bright the lume is off that. It almost made me think that the day date was loomed. It was just the reflection off that hand. That's crazy. Seiko's lume is such a beast. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next vid.